Let me first say what a pleasure it is for me to be here. In sensitivity to the time, it's been a wonderful, wonderful night. And I'm extremely grateful to God to have a chance to be a small part of it. I know it's been a bit long, but it's been very enjoyable, and I'm thankful to be here. Anytime you can gather in the spirit of friend-raising, fundraising, fun, fellowship, and food, that's a good thing. And that's a special thing here at ODU. One of my favorite passages in Scripture says, "This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it." And while it's not quite day as we move towards tomorrow, it still is a time to be rejoicing and thankful. And I find that to be the ideal way to start every day that God gives me, is by being thankful for the fact that I have a chance to enjoy a new day and to rejoice in that. No matter what life brings, no matter what bumps may be in the road, there's always goodness if you choose to look for it and to find it. Obviously, we're here in an effort to raise funds for student athletes. And that on the surface is what's just taken place and will continue to take place. I want to commend all of you for being here, making that commitment with your time, your talent, and your treasures to invest in the experience and the life of young people. Obviously, my background is in the world of athletics, as a player, as a commentator now. As a matter of fact, until I accepted a position 2 years ago with the Indiana Pacers as Vice President of Player Relations, my wife of 29 years, the love of my life for 32 years, was waiting for me to get a real job. She often would chide and tease me about being able to take care of all of her needs and a few of her wants without ever having worked a day in my life, being paid to play basketball and continuing to enjoy a living talking about the game that has been so good to me. And that segues me into my next point. One of the things that I've learned over the years as a broadcaster is that brevity is always preferred over longevity in your analysis, and more importantly, in your after-dinner comments. So I will keep my shot clock short, and if I go beyond another 10 minutes, blow that whistle. Athletics has been huge for me. As a matter of fact, it's really been the fabric and fiber of my life. Outside of God giving me ability and having the parents that I was graced and blessed with, extended family, and outstanding coaches and teachers along the way, and doing my part to maximize my opportunities in the world of basketball, basketball has served me extremely well and meant the world to me in so many ways. It gave me an opportunity to come to The Ohio State University as a scholarship athlete back in 1979. As a middle schooler and high schooler, so many of the valuable lessons that are part of being involved in the competition and the adversity and the discipline and the training that is sports has really been foundational in who I am and in my life. And not only for me, my wife was a high school athlete. All three of the children that the Lord has blessed my wife and I with were scholarship athletes at the college level. Our daughter graduated from Georgia Tech back in 2009, having played 4 years of college volleyball there. Our oldest son was a scholarship basketball player until deciding that he wanted to pursue another path and gave up playing, and is now a student on the verge of graduating from The Ohio State University. Our youngest son is a junior at Ohio University on a basketball scholarship. I only say that to say that what is taking place here in terms of raising money to support the student athletes that matriculate here to ODU is more than just about a sport or about competition or about participation. It's about experiences, impacting and influencing and possibly changing lives for the better. Chris Davis, our auctioneer, said it very well. The opportunities that funds provide to student athletes goes beyond facilities and their participation in their particular sport. It impacts relationships, broadens horizons, teaches lessons that are extremely valuable throughout their lives. And I'm a living testimony to that. Many of you are. How many here, just by show of hands, are ODU alums? Do we have many in the house? Give yourselves a round of applause. Awesome. How many would be just considered as friends of ODU? Do we have any parents of student athletes or students here? Every part of that chain that was just expressed and exposed here by show of hands is critically important to impacting our young people in the right way, giving them an opportunity to build on foundational principles that hopefully will serve them as they serve others. I was reading in the program and took a look at the 6 attributes that Division II athletes hope to espouse and embrace and demonstrate across the land of Division II athletics, but particularly here at ODU. Balance, learning, passion, resourcefulness, service, sportsmanship. Those are timeless, universal, and useful attributes beyond any playing court or any playing field. And that's the kind of investment that you're making with your resources, but also with your example and with your caring. Because young folks need to see that, and they need to feel that from the administrators here, from the teachers and professors, from the coaches, from the people in the community, from the folks they come in contact with. They need to see and feel positive examples of doing the right things for the right reasons. And athletics is an unbelievable training ground for those kind of attributes to be talked about, modeled, expressed, taught, and practiced. So recognize that the reality beyond the reality is that you're having a chance to impact and influence lives in a powerful way. Not just now, but for beyond now, in the future. I want to share a couple of stories, one story briefly as I move towards a close. And to me, it speaks to the opportunities that we all have, mothers, fathers, siblings, professors, wherever you are in the walk of life that you're journeying. We all have a chance, opportunity, and responsibility to impact others within our sphere of influence in a powerful way. People are always watching. My wife is the 11th of 12 children. 10 of the 11 that are still alive live here in Columbus. Her parents are aging, and the challenges that come with seeing after aging parents is something that many across our country can empathize with and understand. As our population gets older, as people live longer, there are challenges with seeing after older parents. And my wife, being one of the children that lives here, has taken on seeing after her mom and dad in a multitude of ways. But yesterday, she had a day with her parents that was very difficult, terribly frustrating for a number of reasons. I need not go into details. And yesterday, she was at her wit's end as she came home after a few hours with her parents, frustrated, disheartened, discouraged. Went to the mailbox today and pulled a letter out amongst many and it was from a nephew of hers. And he had been led, I know, by the Spirit of God to write a thank you note to Rosie and I about the impact we've had on his life by how we've tried to live. As a couple, me as a man, Rosie as a stay-at-home mom, me as a public figure and visible to many, our children as they've grown in the fishbowl that comes with having a dad who's been fairly popular as a former athlete and continues to be highly visible as a public person. And he expressed some things in that letter out of gratitude to us that brought us to tears this afternoon. On the heels of a terribly frustrating day, God in his perfect timing had sent that letter to Rosie and I as a reminder of his goodness and grace and faithfulness and perfect timing, and as encouragement to stay the course. I don't stand before you as anybody that's perfect. I have many faults and have missed the mark on countless occasions. But to see and to read that letter from a 37-year-old nephew, to have him share his heart and how we have had a positive impact on him by how we've tried to live and how we've tried to interact with him and others, reminded me to remind all of us that we all have that opportunity within the sphere that God places us in to positively influence others. This is a branch on that tree, what you're doing here tonight. And I close with this passage from the Bible in Ecclesiastes. The race doesn't always go to the swift, nor does the battle go to the strong, or food to the wise, or wealth to the brilliant, or favor to the learned or educated. Time and chance happen to us all. Our time is short. We know not what days we have left. Our chances for good and impacting and influencing others are many, as long as there's still sand in our hourglass of our days. We don't know how much time we have, but don't let chances go awry to make a difference, to impact somebody else in a positive way, by your words, by your actions, by your resources, by your caring. It's on display here, and it does my heart great good. The excitement around this place is palpable. As I came here to visit with Merle and Jamie couple of weeks ago to sign the balls and talk about tonight, there is tremendous momentum here. And that's people energized from the inside out, excited about what they're doing and the potential for good in the lives of others, to make a difference. There's nothing that energizes like that. And all of you are part of that, part of maintaining that momentum. Those of you that are alumnus, it's so critically important to stay connected and engage with your alma mater. And there are countless ways to do that. Time is not promised, but our chances are many and varied. Take advantage of them. Use them wisely. And I say that to you all as I'm at this podium, but it's self-talk for me too. Thank you so much, and God bless you.